Good day, everybody. Here in the other shop, getting water for my water tank. I figured I'd make a quick video about choosing the right cleaning products to help, move your detailing business forward, possibly save you some money. Explain a little bit what acids and alkalines are used for cleaning, and as well as pH neutral cleaners, and then also choosing the right cleaners. And next to me is the guy who owns this shop. This is his little shelf for doing random stuff, mostly not detailing. Most of it's just kind of cleaning the boat and stuff and whatnot. So let's talk about what acids are used to clean. An acid pH range is 1 to 6, or I think it's 1 to 6.5. Anything above that is considered to be pH neutral or slightly alkaline. Then you would use an acid-based cleaner to clean mineral deposits, any kind of metal or like brake dust, stuff like that. It'll clean, it'll even dilute alkalines down into almost neutral to acidic. So acids are actually, in certain concentrations, are really good for removing alkaline tarnish off of metals, but that doesn't really apply to automotive. So automotive acid cleaners would be used mostly for cleaning glass. I know that a lot of people are like, what? Actually, alkalines are bad for glass, and acids are not terrible for glass. They can still cause etching on the glass, but it takes a long amount of time for that to happen. As you know, acid rain and bird droppings can stain the paint and the glass if left on there too long. Mostly acid rain does more damage than bird droppings to glass, but it can still actually leave what I like to call like a rainbow effect in the glass if you're not cleaning it properly. So stuff like CarPro Spotless and IGL Delete and 3D Eraser, those are all acid-based mineral deposit cleaners. And then you have your wheel cleaners like Wheel Brightener and Eagle One, like basic cleaner. Those are acid-based. Those are made to dissolve brake dust and metallurgic compounds. Are they the safest cleaners for clear-coated wheels? No. But do they damage the wheels beyond repair? No. It takes thousands of applications, or for you to leave it in the sun for an hour for it to really damage anything. And even at that rate, it's still fixable to a degree. So acid cleaners are, they're not made for rubber, they're not made for organic compounds, they're made for metal, minerals, stuff like that. Then you have your pH neutral, which is usually about a 6.5 to 6.8 to 7.5 to 7.8, and then anything above that is considered to be mostly alkaline. pH neutral cleaners are good for applications such as raw aluminum wheels. You don't want to stain the wheels with an acid or an alkaline. It's really good for raw aluminum wheels. It's not good for cleaning rubber. It's not good for cleaning organic compounds because it's not going to dissolve anything. It's really not its purpose. Its purpose is to not dissolve anything, period. It's just to exfoliate and lift loose contaminants off the paint and the wheels, glass, so on and so forth. If you have coated glass, coated paint, or even waxed paint, a pH neutral soap or cleaner won't strip anything off. Then we're going to move into our alkaline range, which is about a 7.8 and all the way to a 14, which most cleaners don't really go to 14. I think the highest I've seen is 13.5. I don't remember. I think that's Purple Power. I can't remember. But most, if not all, degreasers are alkalines. They are not acids. You will never ever see an acid break down oil. It will break it down over time, but it won't break it down as fast as an alkaline. So stuff like LA's Totally Awesome, Simple Green. Simple Green is an 8 or a 9. Some forms of Simple Green are like a 7, so they're not really like tremendously good cleaners, but they're very good light cleaners for interiors and stuff like that. So we have LA's Totally Awesome, Simple Green, Heavy Degreaser, Super Clean, Grease Lightning. I've got a bottle of Grease Lightning right here. I don't even know if Grease Lightning's even in it. This is the bottle. I know these have like a pH of like 12 or something like that. It says, do not use on painted, varnished, or acrylic surfaces, leather, aluminum, plain anodized or alloy, laminated or clear coated surfaces. See how it says you're not supposed to use alkalines on paint. Wood, blah, 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 blah. Test first in inconspicuous area. So right away, it's telling you what not to use it on, and that's why it's good to read the bottle or read anything for that matter. You don't want to use it on leather, or you don't want to use it in any colored items. Carpets, not so bad, because carpets are not. They're dyed, but they're not like dyed like they were in the old days. They're basically colored polyester strands, and the only way to really bleach the color out of them is with bleach. You know, it's really hard to do that. And a lot of things are resistant to bleach nowadays, so you don't ever have an issue with that. But what you do have an issue with is color fasting or color bleeding with stuff like straight LA's Totally Awesome. If you're working on an older car, I'd suggest not using LA's Totally Awesome to clean the carpets, because it will certainly bleed the color out. Alkalines will strip anything organic off of any material, and especially LA's Totally Awesome. It's very strong. So I limit what I use LA Totally Awesome on. I'll use it in isolated stains on newer cars in the carpets, and I never have an issue. I'll use it on seats on newer cars, never have an issue. Leather on newer cars, never have an issue, because it's all synthetic. It's not old school original leather. If it was real leather that was unsealed and just dyed leather, I would never use an alkaline cleaner on that. It's always good to use some sort of a pH neutral or low alkaline, like Simple Green on leather. That's important to remember. I think we have a bottle here, yeah, Sonax leather foam, right? This stuff is actually quite good cleaner for leather. It's really foamy, it agitates well, it cleans well. But that's made for clean leather. That's not made for really fucked up leather that's wicked dirty. So, alkaline cleaners are really good for like tires and rubber trim, rubber bumperettes, any kind of rubber seals or gaskets. It will clean the fuck out of them. I usually dilute LA's Totally Awesome 50/50 if I buy the gallons or half gallons, and I will normally just buy the $1 spray bottles, which are pre-diluted, to just be a normal cleaner, a normal APC cleaner, which is why they have no dilution ratios on those bottles, because you don't need to dilute it. The gallons and half gallons, they give you dilution ratios, so that way you know that you're not fucking the car up. Low alkalines can be certainly used on automotive paint. It's just a warning to not use a strong alkaline. Like as soon as you cut LA's Totally Awesome 50/50 with water, you're reducing the alkalinity by a couple of points. I've never truly measured it with a pH scale, which I probably should do in another video. But all in all, alkaline cleaners are really good rubber cleaners. The best one that I found is Nanoskin Non-Acid. It's an awesome rubber cleaner. You don't even have to scrub the tire. It just completely exfoliates the tire without ever having to touch it with anything but a pressure washer. But that's pretty much it. Your acids, like I said, those are going to be from minerals, metal, or metallurgic compounds, stuff like that. Your neutrals are going to be to preserve stuff like coatings, waxes, sealants. Your glass, it keeps from etching. And then your alkalines are going to be more so to clean organic compounds. Coatings even have organic compounds in them. Like ceramic coatings, they have volatile organic compounds. So that's why it's not good to use an alkaline on a coated car, because it can break that down eventually over time. It's going to resist it more and more and more as time goes on, but it's not like a wax or a sealant, which will come right off because its bond is so weak. But ceramics are pretty tough bonding agents, so it takes a lot more exposure for a ceramic coating to fail to an alkaline or an acid. So that being said, the cleaners that you can buy, you don't have to go on detailedimage.com and spend a whole bunch of money on stupid shit, but on pH neutral soaps and cleaners, I obviously would recommend CarPro Reset, IGL Wash. There's a few other soaps out there that are pH neutral, and then wheel cleaners like IronX, Iron Free, Sonax Full Effect, and I think Adams Wheel Cleaner, the blue stuff, is pH neutral as well. Those are good to be used on wheels, especially coated wheels, or if you don't want to damage them, or the lightly contaminated wheels, they're not heavily contaminated. It's good to use pH neutral cleaners because it's not going to eat at the clear coat, and it's not going to damage anything else you may get it on. So that's pretty much it. It's very straightforward, very easy to understand. You got to make sure that if you're buying something, look up the safety data sheet on it first. You can find that easily on Google or sometimes on the manufacturer's websites. Just type in the product name in Google and then SDS after it, which stands for safety data sheet, and it should give you the compounds that are in the chemical. It should give you all of the information as far as pH and anything else that may be necessary. The one thing I did find is anything with sodium in it will likely leave soap scum or film. You want to have soaps that don't have sodium in it. Sodium is used to alkaline things. It's basically used to filter out hard minerals and stuff like that. Most of your alkaline cleaners have almost no minerals in them at all. But like LA's Totally Awesome has sodium hydroxide in it. It's a parts cleaner. That's why it's important to dilute the living crap out of it, because it's still a good cleaner diluted, but it's a harsh cleaner if it's not diluted. So the fact that people say that those cleaners are terribly dangerous for your clear coat of your wheels is a complete lie. If you use them straight and you neglect what you're doing, yes, they can be dangerous. If you dilute them and you use them properly, no, they're not dangerous. So any questions? You guys have any sort of suggestions, please let me know in the comment section or on Facebook in the group Detail Army at Facebook. And that's it. I hope you guys learned something. I hope that clarifies any kind of confusion you may have with what types of cleaners to choose, what the pHs stand for as far as acidic, neutral, and alkaline. And remember to read all of the safety data sheets of every product that you buy. And it's important to maybe keep a book, which is called an MSDS book. The MSDS is important if you have OSHA come by or something like that, and you have basically a safety data sheet for every product you use, and they can look at the book and say, okay, and it's also a good reference to go back to and say, oh, okay, so this cleaner has this alkalinity or this acidity, or it's neutral and I can use it on the paint. And it's just really important. I have one. I keep it actually in my phone. I don't have a printed version of it, but even still, it's very important to really know what kind of products and their the strengths and weaknesses and what they're used for. So hope you guys learned something. Take care.